Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe and help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers. In our first story, a choosing beggar who loves her free beer. Free water, not so much. Let's jump right in. I work at a small brewery. It doesn't have a tap room, but until the pandemic, the public were welcome to come inside and for a small fee try a few samples. Staff are not bartenders and we all have other work to do during a customer's visit. For ages we've had this regular customer who would show up, lean against the counter directly in the way of other customers and staff trying to work, and talk the ear off of anyone she could pin down for longer than a few seconds. She never has anything positive to say, and we have all learned that when she is present, you don't stop moving. If you stand still for a second, she will verbally pin you down, and it is a struggle to exit her unbearable conversation. Customer gets quotes because she tries to avoid ever actually paying for her samples, and gets mad when staff insist on charging her for the beer she is drinking. This woman is locally famous among the craft brewing community in my city. Nobody cares to ask her name, so she is commonly called German Lady. Her accent sounds German, but everybody knows better than to ask her questions about her life, so the name is just a guess. The pandemic has changed the way we do business. There's no more sampling, and we do off-sales via window service only, without the option of entering our space or scamming free samples. We haven't seen much of her. It's been a delight. One day she arrived right at close as I was sliding the garage door shut. My stomach dropped. I greeted her and let her know it was closing time so she'd hurry up and tell me what she wants. Nope, she hasn't come to get anything. She had arrived just to bitch at me for how another brewery down the road, one that does have a tap room, is collecting people's names and contact info before allowing them inside. You know, for contact tracing, because we're in a pandemic. That's illegal. It's discriminatory. You're not going to do that to me, are you? In the friendliest way possible, I told her that we don't need to contact trace because she's not allowed past the plexiglass. She lingered in frustration a while and then left. Here's the choosing beggar part. We're testing out a small new canning line, and the brewer does test runs with water instead of beer. He sometimes has a flat of canned water as a result. Also, we occasionally produce some duds when canning our beer. Cans that are dented, improperly seamed, partially empty, etc. go into the bottom of the fridge without labels. These are for staff and friends to grab and drink or cook with. We rarely recall what's inside, and there's no guarantee of their quality. That's why they're free. Anyway, I'm at work the other day and German Lady shows up. She's angry and demands to speak to the brewer. I tell her he just left, truth, and although it is obvious that I am alone, she lingers, giving me suspicious looks. I guess she knows that people often lie and hide to avoid her. Once she's convinced that he's not going to come out to face her wrath, she lays it on me. She scolds me because the previous day, my boss had given her an unlabeled beer can and the contents had turned out to be water. I was unsympathetic and I informed her that the unlabeled cans he gives away for free are free precisely because they are flawed and there's no guarantee of their contents. She wanted to press me for a replacement or an apology or some stuff. It was not going to happen. She rolled her eyes and marched off in a huff. I figured one of the water cans had become mixed in with the flawed beer cans. Big deal. Later, my colleague who had worked the day prior visited. I shared the story of German Lady's visit. He laughed and told me that when our boss had handed her the can, he said, "Here, want some water?" It hadn't even been a mistake. He had handed her a can of water on purpose and told her it was water. Like most people who never shut up, German Lady has never listened to another person in her life. She paid more for the bus fare to come down and complain than she had paid for a free can of water. In story number 2, a choosing beggar who believes if you can afford brand name clothes, then you should just give your possessions away for free. Some backstory first. My husband and I are going to be renting my parents' second house and hopefully buying it in the future. They were renting it out and the tenants basically destroyed it. We're talking ripping out walls, building new cabinets, tearing up carpets, the toilet even got removed, it was so bad. We have been putting our money and time into fixing this house for the past 3 weeks so far. My husband works full-time, so it's mostly me and my dad doing it, while my mom watches our daughter and husband helps when he isn't working. On to today. My best friend hasn't seen the house yet, so I invited her over to hang out while I paint. My husband started talking about furniture he wanted to get rid of because the new house is a lot smaller than the one we're in now, and we also wanted some cash to get new furniture. He brought up a couch we have that's quite fancy. It's faux leather, has lights and speakers, reclines electronically, has charging ports, you get the drift, it's an expensive couch. My friend asked how much we want for it, and my husband said we got it for free from his grandfather who worked at a furniture store because someone returned it and they couldn't sell it again, so anything would be good really to put towards new stuff. I know my friend doesn't have a great deal of money, neither do we, but we're better with our finances than her. This is important, it comes up again. And I said if it was to her, $50 cause I don't like faux leather and I just want it gone, honestly. She agreed, I mean, who wouldn't? Then we went to get lunch at the Servo. While we were there, she asked if I could buy her a packet of smokes and she'd pay me back next week. In Australia, a packet of cigarettes is around 35 Australian dollars for the cheapest where we live. I got them for her, and while we were waiting for the food, I told her about some new clothes I was getting and was excited about because I love these brands and they make me feel fancy. Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger. I bought them from an online outlet store where everything is between 50 to 80% off. She said, "This is why you never have any money and are always broke." I kinda just gave her a "really" look as I had just bought her smokes. On the way back in the car, she started saying how she should get the couch for free because if I have money to get those brands, I should have enough to get new furniture. I said, "I'm giving you at least $1,000 couch for $50. If I wasn't selling it to you, then I'd ask for half the price. If you don't want to pay for it, then I'll sell it." She got all huffy and brought up how her partner had bought us drinks last weekend while we were out, which is allowed in my state, and I said it's not the same because he did that, not her, and we didn't ask. He offered. She asked to buy the couch and I gave her the lowest price because she's my friend. Well, now she's pissy and I don't know if she's buying it or not. Who turns their nose up at $50 for a $1,000 couch because the owner bought brand name clothes? Entitled people is who. Right now, I am taken aback by the sheer audacity of it. In story number 3, we have a choosing beggar church who will berate you if you don't donate goods with the tag still on. Do they only deal with shoplifters? I gained 15 kilograms in college, so some of my coats wouldn't fit anymore. Tired of seeing them in my closet collecting dust and worried about how people in need would pass the winter, I decided to donate them to a church that's currently collecting clothes, blankets, and canned goods. After 20 minutes of queuing, I give the bag with my clothing to the pastor's wife, and she eyes it like it's full of crap. None of the items have tags, do they? She's wearing a mask, but I can tell she's pissed. I nod, saying that they're second-hand, but barely worn. A few of the coats were worn just once. "Darling, this isn't the right place to dump clothes that you don't want. We're trying to get clothes with the tags on to gift them on Christmas to the less fortunate. We'll accept these as they look fine, but next time, be more generous and bring us items that have been recently purchased and with the tags on. I swear, people will do anything just to get a raffle ticket." She then gives me a ticket to a raffle I had no idea about. The prize is €300. As I leave completely speechless, older women wearing bougie outfits keep eyeing me and gossiping. Their clothes come in the store's original bag, and I can see tags everywhere. They really went and bought a ton of items. I got home in tears. I wanted to help despite being broke, and I got an earful instead. Is being poor a sin? Aren't churchgoers supposed to be kinder than this? The whole with tags only makes me think that they want to resell the clothing for profit. I don't want to donate to a congregation ever again. This is John from /bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then hit that subscribe button. And help me get to that 10,000 subscriber mark. We'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.